Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a brand new... I don't know if y'all can hear the fucking hounds of hell behind us, but welcome to a brand new spanking episode of the Cologne podcast.
Yes, a very dry, boring episode. Because our boy...
He's Mike, by the way.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Ryan.
And we're two best friends. We're going on a fragrance journey. We're smelling fragrances and giving you our uneducated opinion on it.
That's right.
And Ryan's getting a phone call.
Nope, I'm ignoring it.
Okay. Look, this is going to be a dry episode because our boy Todd is having trouble with Dropbox. And I guess because that's going down, he just can't be bothered with editing anything. We were supposed to have an episode today for our buddy Bob, friend of the podcast, who went to buymeacoffee.com/Cologne podcast and requested Monsieur by Frederick Malle. That's coming up Thursday, hopefully.
Yeah.
If that idiot can get logged in, get those stems we sent over.
Yeah.
But until then, we thought we'd give you a little something special. We thought, let's just not make an announcement episode. Let's actually make a full-blown episode of something we've been wanting to do for a long time. Tell them about it, Ryan.
Yeah. We've both been so very excited for the... Actually, we have. I was trying to be smart ass. But no, we have been excited for this. This is really kind of cool. Mike had this idea about a year ago, actually.
Yeah.
And Mike's one of these guys, when he gets an idea, he's like, I'll get it. And it's like a fucking cartoon where you order something from Acme and then it's like there like the next day. That's how Mike does things. And so he got some whole kit. For what, Mike?
For the One Note Show, Ryan.
That's right.
Where on each One Note Show episode, we are going to smell just a single fragrant, whatever you want to call it, ingredient.
Yes.
So we have perfumers alcohol, and then we have vials of independent fragrance oils of each note. And so today we're going to be looking at Oakmoss.
Yeah.
Because, fragrances like Hashavat and Aventus and fill in the blank, all these other ones that have this earthy sort of vibe to it, always tend to have in the base note Oakmoss. So I thought, let's figure out what it actually smells like. Can we smell it by itself and then later on pick it up in fragrances after we know what it actually smells like alone?
Yeah, so it's going to be kind of cool. He put this together. He did 2 mils of Oakmoss and 3 mils of Perfumer's oil. So this is a 40% extrait, right?
That's right, yeah. It's 60% Perfumer's alcohol.
Oh, my bad.
You said Perfumer's oil.
Oh, my bad.
Loser. So yeah, I have little individual pipettes with measurement. So I was able to do this correctly so that we have a baseline each time to know what it smells like on its own. So 40% fragrant oil, 60% Perfumer's alcohol. We're going to spray it on our skin and on a tester strip. Thank you, RXL 209.
Thank you so much, RXL.
We never fucked that up again. And Ryan, why don't you spray it on your tester there?
Oh, man. I'm doing it. I'm excited. This is going to be something different. Now, does Perfumer's alcohol have anything?
Have a scent to it?
Yes.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, right out the gate, this is obnoxiously loud.
Yeah. Whoa. Wow.
Yeah. Interesting. I'm trying to process this.
I can smell it in the air.
Yeah, it's super loud. I might as well not even put my hand up to it. There's the cap. It's not what I thought it would smell like.
Yeah, I know. It smells more like soap or body lotion that I've smelled in the past.
Yeah, that's what I would go with. It doesn't smell earthy at all.
In the air, it doesn't in the air. Smell your skin, though. On the skin, it does have kind of that earthy sort of burn, but it's still very sweet smelling, which is surprising.
Man, the skin does smell good. And you're certain the Perfumer's alcohol doesn't have any scent? It shouldn't.
It should.
It smells good.
It does smell good.
It smells very old school, too.
Yeah.
It almost smells a little powdery or something.
It smells really powdery, and that may be the concentration of it.
So if you would have done, what would be considered an eau de toilette?
Like 10% maybe?
So you would need to do 1 mil
and then 9 mil.
Of Perfumer's alcohol.
Yeah.
How much Perfumer's alcohol came in that kit?
A lot.
Like a shit ton? Like to where you could do it, that test is what I'm trying to get at.
Yes. Yeah.
Very interesting.
On the skin, it's getting more of that burn sort of, not really earthy, but it almost has a citric quality to it.
Yeah. Are we sure we're smelling the right thing?
I promise you. It's the only one I've opened.
Huh.
This is crazy. This is not at all. I thought it was going to straight smell like moss from the ground.
Yeah, like dirt or something.
Yeah, or like trees.
I mean, I guess if I really try to peel my cap back over here and try to think about it, it's kind of bright.
On my skin, this by itself kind of smells like Guerlain vetiver.
Oh my God, it does.
That's crazy.
That's actually a good point, dude. It does smell like that. It is similar.
Yeah.
Wow.
Guys, I have correctly formulated Guerlain's vetiver.
It smells, I mean, it's definitely not 1-to-1.
No, but it's very similar.
There's a little something going on there, man. Kind of makes me want to look up Guerlain's vetiver.
Look it up.
I know Oakmoss has got to be in it. It's an old school ass fragrance. Got to be. Let's see. Guerlain vetiver fragrantica. Yeah, Oakmoss is there with vetiver, leather, civet, myrrh, tonka bean. We were just talking about that. Dude, it is seriously getting to a little bit of that vetiver kind of vibe.
It is.
Which, honestly, man, could you imagine if we could figure out how to make fucking vetiver, dog?
Like Guerlain's vetiver?
God.
Yeah.
I know we've said this in the past, but just for anybody who hasn't heard, I'm like in love with Guerlain's vetiver. Mike gave me his 10 mil decant that I made him a while back. It's crazy expensive to get now. I got it for like $35 brand new. Now it's like $110, which I guess that's not crazy expensive. But it's one of those psychological things. I've already paid for it cheap. I can't pay the real price anymore.
So apparently this is grown on pine trees and it's supposed to have a strong turpentine smell.
Okay. Interesting. It's starting to really calm down on the skin and it's getting to something pretty baller.
Yeah, it smells really good.
I'm going to say something, and it may come off a certain way.
Say it.
But this one note is so dynamic, it makes me question fragrances we've smelled before.
Yeah.
In other words, we see something and there's listed like fucking 30 things.
30 different notes.
But this to me feels like there's like a couple of different things mixed with it to make this because it kind of has some similarities to certain things.
So this is a great show to kind of talk about the art of perfumery somewhat because Francis Kirkjean did this thing with gentle fluidity gold and gentle fluidity silver.
Yeah.
They're both made of the same ingredients. They're just slightly, the recipe is different, basically. So if you went on Fragrantica, you would see the same notes, I would assume.
Yeah.
But they smell completely different.
Really?
Yes, and he did that to show you that it's more about the art form of creating it and less about what's listed as the notes because they smell completely different.
Yeah, because he could technically, it could be the same notes, but he could have, one has 5 drops of that and the other
one drop of this.
Yeah.
And exactly, yeah.
Wow. It's interesting, dude. What on the pipette, what's a drop?
So
how many drops make a milliliter?
The pipette basically is a plastic bulb and it's like a syringe. It has lines that show 1 mil, 2 mil. I've got 3 mil pipettes.
Okay.
So it goes 1 mil, 2 mil, 3 mil. So you suck it up, you squeeze the bulb, put it down into it and suck it up till it gets to that line.
Yeah.
You know, I assume that people that are actually making perfumes are using things that are way more calibrated than $15 for 150 pipettes, which is what I have. I'm sure they're using something highly calibrated. Actually, they're probably using a scale and actually measuring.
Well, when we watch some of the
Raja Dove stuff.
he did a scale.
Right.
God, so how many notes do you have in this kit?
I think I may have 10.
Yeah.
Because I'm smelling this and I'm like, I bet you would wear this by itself.
Almost.
It's almost a little feminine though.
Yeah,
because of the powdery.
Yeah,
it's like this sweet powdery.
There's a little bit of that vetiver burn that I kind of like.
Right.
And so, yeah, I do like this. I'd probably halfway wear it right now. Just this. And you did 2 mil of, so I'm sure that's a lot of fucking drops, honestly.
It is. I mean, I think I only got, let's say, 5 mil of each essential oil or whatever it is. I got it from a perfumer's site, though, so it's actual perfumer's oil. It's not like essential oils you go and buy at, Bath and Body Works or whatever.
I mean, kudos to the effort. And I'm not trying to take a shit on it, but I wonder if you went too ham by putting that many drops of one concentration. In other words, like, let's just say, whatever, Raja is right here and he's doing shit. I wonder if he'd be more like, you know what, I'm going to do, maybe he thinks in his head, I'm going to make this, right? But I need 2 mils and then the 3 mil of perfumer alcohol, right?
Right.
But he goes 2 mil. I'm going to do, if 10 drops how many drops make a mil? Do you know?
I don't know.
Well, I know he knows, but I would think that they would go.
He'd go like 2 drops instead of like the equivalent of 30 drops or whatever this is.
Yeah, you pretty much poured gasoline out on the fucking
Well,
street.
I could have done straight oil, but I essentially thought, man, if we're buying fragrances, we're trying to buy at least EDPs, parfums, or extracts or elixirs or whatever, you know? I want the concentration to be up enough to where we can really get a good dose of what this is.
I want us to try this. It may be an off episode of this episode, but I want you to get just for the Oakmoss and get a tester strip, and let's just do 1 drop on it. Because when I was watching Raja Dove do his, you know, he has on that fancy fucking spinning wheel, but he does like, he'll either do a drop, 2 or 3 on each one. And
on a tester. Then he spins it and smells the air and it combines them together.
I think that would be kind of cool, dude.
It would be, but we don't have that thing.
Well, no, but you could put 4 in your hand and wave them like a goddamn fan. I mean, let's get you know, innovative with it.
We will, but I think you're going too far too fast. It's like we're holding hands and you're trying to get me in bed already.
But once you're there, though, you ain't leaving
until the one night stand review. But for now, since we've done it this way, let's just keep moving forward with doing an extract of the fragrance oils. And then we'll come back and we can do your fucking perfumer's wheel, whatever they call it.
Dude, the fucking skin, it's not 1-to-1, but it's
got that vibe.
It's got a huge vetiver vibe.
Yeah.
And I'm blown away. But funny enough, on the cardstock tester strip, this motherfucker is really more feminine and powdery.
Not mine. Mine's peppery.
Let me see this mother. No, it smells powdery to me. That's weird.
It definitely smells powdery,
but smell different on my skin.
Yeah, I mean, your skin does smell a little different than mine does, but
I just took a shower.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did too. But you're not using non-scented soap like I am.
This has got me even more interested into like smelling the rest.
Yeah,
I do this thing. Mike comes up with an idea or wants us to try something. I'm always like,
Yeah, you push it back and
for about a year. I always push stuff for about a year.
Yeah, you're like, man, I don't like. Yeah, sure. You always go along with it. Yeah, sure, but then we never do it.
Yeah,
I forced your hand today because I was like, oh shit, Todd can't get the episode. We need an episode. Shit.
But I really am glad that we did it now. And now that I've done it, I'm one of those people. Now that I've done it,
right?
I'm like, man, let's do more of these. This would be really interesting. But I do want to do a more subdued approach, I think.
Yeah.
Just to make sure, one, to save all your oils. Because I really would, after we go through these 10, I would like for me and you to go, you know what? Let's just try to make something. It's probably going to turn out god fucking awful. It'll be like kids like putting a fucking cake together.
Here's what we can do. On the next ones, I'll do 20%.
20%. Okay.
20% of the aroma chemical and then 80% perfumer's alcohol.
Okay.
That way I can still do 1 mil and 4 mil, you know, and I'm not doing extreme mixes.
What other notes do you have?
I'd have to look and see, but we don't want to give that away right now, Ryan. I can feel your rev limiter kind of peaking, and we need to calm down here, buddy.
I feel like this episode is going to be really, 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 really relaxed. But
yeah, for sure. Yeah, especially because we're not going to get all the bells and whistles of music and all that stuff.
Yeah, but dude, this is really eye-opening to the fragrance world now.
Yeah.
And it still makes me go, how the fuck do all these geniuses out there, how do they smell all these notes? Because I'm smelling this and this smells like a million different things to me.
For sure, yeah. And I'm sure it's just like when you mix stuff when you're cooking.
Yeah.
I bet too, if you combine this with the citrus, it may pull more of the citrus vibe out of Oakmoss. But if you put it with more of like a sweet thing like pink pepper, then maybe it pulls more of the sweet powderiness out of it. I mean, there's so many things that interact with one another that make you go, some of these guys that pretend like they smell it, probably still just reading the notes.
God, you know what I wanted? We can't. We're broke. We can't do this. But you know, he's doing an online little class.
The master class. You talking about Raja?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd fucking love to attend that, even an online one.
You know, if he replied to any emails, then maybe, but
God. One day, he's going to talk to us, and then he's going to come back and he's going to listen to all of our fucking episodes, and he's going to be like, oh my God, Todd. I should have been on here sooner.
Perhaps. Maybe episode 500.
1,000.
Yeah. Remember we said episode 100, that'll be reserved for Raja Dove.
Yeah, we're like, all right, time to get on the computer. We're like typing stuff, and we sent an email, we sent Instagram messages, but we haven't gotten a response back.
Nope.
But you know what? On Instagram, them motherfuckers saw it. They saw it. They put their fucking beady eyes on that message, and they were like, nope.
Yeah, probably his assistant Margaret saw it.
We're just teasing. We know these motherfuckers are busy. They don't owe us
millions.
Shit. Yeah, they don't owe us nothing. But it would be cool. I hope one day something happens. We can get that guy on here because we have a lot of respect for him.
And off air, to see if it's any different, I will put more Perfumers alcohol in this one to dilute it to see if there's a difference for us.
So, and that's a good question. So, or a good thing for me to ask. So, does more Perfumers alcohol actually dilute this scent?
Yeah,
it does. So it does break it down more. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So if it had more of the oil, those are what we call, like you were saying, it's like those are the extracts and shit like that. Means it has more to it.
Yeah, as far as I know, and I'll probably fuck this up, and people who are like way obsessed with this will know better than me. But I think it goes like this: eau de cologne, eau de toilette, eau de parfum, parfum, extrait, elixir. Okay. This is my understanding of the different concentrations of oils to Perfumers alcohol.
Gotcha.
So what we're smelling right now is close to in between probably a parfum and elixir.
This shit, seriously, guys, this shit on this card and on my hand here, this shit is so dynamic that if Mike had just came in here, I'm not even making this up. This is why I'm like, yeah, is Santa Claus really real? It's like, because...
Yes. If you don't believe, you don't receive, Ryan. Yeah. We already know about this.
But yeah, it's like, this shit's so dynamic on its own that if Mike came in here and said something, I mean, for real, I could imagine this could be a Penhaligon fragrance.
Oh, yeah.
If you're like, hey, man, this is a brand new Penhaligon, let's do an episode on it. I would have been like, oh, it smells kind of unique. It's a little feminine, but I see some of the citrus and a little burn to it. It's that dynamic.
Right.
So now it makes me really question all these idiot savants out there that seem to know how to break down fragrances like they were one Roger E. Bird over here. I don't know what his middle name is.
Probably D for danger. Well, I think we're getting a little long-winded, and Todd's not going to be able to edit this, so...
It's just going to be a dry episode.
It's going to be dry. We're just going to let it rock and roll, baby.
Merry Christmas, y'all.
There it is. But we didn't want to leave you without an episode. Even if Todd's going to fuck it up and can't get it on Dropbox, it is what it is. So,
yeah. So this will be Monday's episode, and hopefully we have everything ironed out, and Todd will have us something out on Thursday.
Thursday will be Monsieur by Frederick Mall for our friend of the podcast, Bob. He went to buymeacoffee.com/Cologne podcast and requested that, and we'll do that. Look, if you've listened and enjoyed the podcast, we're only going to ask you to do one thing, and that is to leave a 5-star review on your streaming platform.
Please.
That's it. And until next time,
spray it up, y'all.